A nation can survive its fools and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. An enemy at the gate is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly. But the traitor moves amongst those within the gate freely, his sly whispers rustling through all the alleys, heard in the very halls of government itself. For the traitor appears not a traitor, he speaks in accents familiar to his victims, and he wears their face and their arguments. He appeals to the baseness that lies deep in the hearts of all men. He rots the soul of a nation. He works secretly and unknown in the night to undermine the pillars of the city. He infects the body politic so that it can no longer resist. A murderer is less to fear. The traitor is the plague. These were the words of statesman Cicero from times of the Roman Empire, a warning about a nation being destroyed by treason from within. And if he were here today, his words would be meant for those compromised members and officials of all American cities, state, and federal agencies who wear the American flag on their uniform, blending in, passing themselves off as frontline defenders of American freedom when instead they are enforcers of lockdown tyranny, who would make Joseph Stalin proud and George Washington roll over in his grave. To see it, look no further than the city of Burbank, where its police goose step under orders from their city's little dictators and place small business TINHORN flats under siege, whose owners fight to operate a lawful business as free Americans. The mini Gestapo in this country used this BS pandemic of fear as their weapon to wage a war of tyranny on Americans, while at the same time they also use it to betray the American citizens they promise to serve and protect, those who want and deserve real safety. They betray them by using the same pandemic of fear, but as an excuse to release real criminals, thugs onto our streets, like the drug dealer in New Mexico who shot dead in cold blood, execution style, a brave state police officer, a man who was doing real police work, who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect Americans. Officer Darian Jarrett was and is a true American hero. He will never be forgotten, and he and his family will be forever honored. Like I say to all who have complied so willingly and easily with the lockdowns, who didn't stand up, you have damaged your self respect and have demoralized your American spirit and even your soul. But for those of you who put your hand on the Bible and take the oath to defend the Constitution and then go on to ravage free Americans of their God given freedoms protected under it, your names have been forever stained with the scarlet letter of treason, and it will not only stick to you like brands on cattle, but it will stay with all who surround you long into the future. It will never be forgotten. So whenever you see a cross or Star of David headstone marking the resting place of a fallen soldier, turn around and look away, because you have dishonored their sacrifices. And for your crimes, not only should you walk the rest of your lives with your heads hung in shame, but the fence you erected around that business should be bulldozed, and when it has been dismantled, it should be repurposed as a gulag like you seem to wish for. But instead of those barriers being used again to confiscate businesses from their rightful owners, as if we were in communist North Korea, it should be you who shall be walled inside, serving long sentences for your betrayal. With the fence still there in the meantime, you may have won the battle, but you will lose the war for freedom, because America is and always will be the land of the free and the home of the brave. So before it's too late, I ask the Burbank police to stand down. Don't be afraido. Remove the fence. Free TINHORN. Apologize for your crimes of treason, and instead arrest any and all members of the city council who have pressured you to compromise your principles. Otherwise, if you have a conscience, selling out your honor for a paycheck will forever haunt you. As for protesters outside of TINHORN Flats and other places around this country supporting the fight, I ask how many of you have complied yourselves with lockdown orders, so easily surrendering, and how many of you even today so quickly and easily strap on your masks, it being the greatest symbol and weapon of lockdown tyranny against us all. For those who stand up and refuse compliance, you are American patriots. This is an all or nothing fight, no compromise. You cannot give an inch to the enemies of freedom, so you must not just resist restrictions infringing on your liberties, you must attack them. And that is why at Basilico's Passe Vino, we have never complied since day one, March 19th, 2020. We did not defy just for outdoor dining. or make masks optional. We operated fully and openly and boldly, banning masks completely, converting our restaurant into a constitutional battleground, and even taunting the tiny tyrant in Sacramento when doing so. So, to the owners of TINHORN and others like it, next time do not wait 9 months to defy, and even longer. And when you do, don't only defy for small things like outdoor dining and just look to take back partial freedoms, no matter what your business is. Defy everything. Halfway or less fighting will only signal weakness to the enemy. And that is why you and others find yourselves now under full attack. And do not wear masks, ban them from your property entirely. And stop fawning over the enemy. Do not shower them with compliments. It only projects more weakness and empowers them further to abuse you. Also, do not negotiate by admitting to full compliance through most of the lockdown, thinking that will bring you any favors. To all business owners, join us and do not make your battle cry about defending your right to work, whining about paying your rent and saving your business. This battle is far bigger than yourselves. The purpose of your fight must only be about one thing: defending American liberty and freedom, and in doing so, you must be willing to risk everything for it. Because you can rebuild a lost business, but you will never recover your lost freedoms. And lastly, fire your lawyers. In this battle, attorneys will only try pushing you to comply, to even surrender, especially in your case when your lawyer makes public comments about getting along so well with the DA prosecuting you. It only means one thing: you're getting screwed. To all who have complied on any level during this war on free Americans, waged on us by the little dictators all across this nation, your subjugation has sadly made you an accomplice to the destruction of our country we have all witnessed over the last year. So redeem yourself now, rip off your masks, reject any and all businesses and institutions that impose any restrictions representing lockdown tyranny. And if you own a business, open now, open fully, and open boldly. Tinhorn Flats, never give up, never surrender. In this battle of wills, take no prisoners. And I invite all of you to please visit makerestaurantsgreatagain.com. Until then, God bless my mother Rose and the good fellas of Basilicos, and God bless America.